Good morning to all of you. Firstly, we look at the part which we have covered in the last lecture. That is some basic regarding the IUPAC nomenclature of the spiro compounds. So we know that the spiro compounds are the compound which having the one carbon atom is the common between the two rings, and it is attached with that particular one point, and the carbon atom in each of the ring excluding the common carbon atoms in the ascending orders we have to be right. So while writing the nomenclature of the compound of spiro compounds, the word spiro followed by the square bracket mentioning the number of carbon atoms in each of the ring, excluding the common carbon atoms in the ascending orders, means the first write small and then write down the large number of rings. So in second point is the square bracket is followed by the name of the parents alkene. Square bracket is followed by the name of the parent alkane, alkyne, whatever it may be, corresponding to the total number of carbon atom in the ring, including the spiro carbon atom also. When we write down at the last, that is the parent alkanes, at that time we have to mention all the carbon atoms which ring having, including the spiro carbon also, means all the atoms. The numbering start from the atoms which is numbering start from the atom which is directly bonded to the spiro atoms, spiro carbons, and the ring is then smaller ring is ring is number first, and then the number goes to the spiro carbon atoms, and then to the larger ring. So in this way we have to giving the name of the compounds. So we have given the numbering to the main name of compounds. Here is the one examples we consider it, that is the compounds of the parent alkenes. Here is the parent alkenes. So total number of carbon atoms in this structure is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So heptane is the structures, but heptene is the structure, but we know that in here means alkene is, we have to mention the places where it is. So numbering should be there. So numbering start, we have the IUPAC rules, and numbering start from the smaller ring, then numbering to the larger ring. In the smaller ring, numbering start from that carbon atom which is nearest to the spiro atom but not a spiro atoms. So in the smaller rings, which numbering start nearest to the spiro atom 1, 2, then come to the spiro atom 3, then come to the larger ring 4, 5, 6, 7. So here the numbering is already given. So in this numbering, in that alkenes are less two places, that is number of carbon 4 and number carbon 6. So heptene, not a heptene, hept 2,4,6 diene. Then we know that is a spiro compound, then we write the spiro starting. There is no substituent, that's why we are not writing there is substituent before the spiro compounds. Then there is a square bracket. In that square bracket we are write downing the numbers of the members of the ring, except the spiro compounds. So in the spiro compound there are two atoms, that is 2, 4. In the spiro compounds in the square bracket there are two numbers, that is 2, 4. Bracket close, hepta 4, 6 diene. So this is all about the ring systems. Next is the fused and Blizzaring system. Next is the fused and Blizzaring systems. So in the fused and Blizzaring systems, the two carbon atoms act as the bridge, and that two carbon atom joins the two cyclic rings. So here the structures in that bridge positions are clearly mentioning, means where the ring joined, that point is the bridge ring systems. So rules is the writing the bridge fused bridge ring systems is a specific bicyclo is followed by the prefix bicyclo is followed by the square bracket, means same as we have written before for the spiral. Here we are giving the prefix bicyclo. Bicyclo is followed by a square bracket. So third word will be the bicyclo, so we can understand which category of compound it is. Okay, then we are giving the square bracket. The number of carbon atom in each ring is indicated in the bracket. Earlier we are doing the same, that number of carbon atoms in each ring is indicating in the bracket in the descending order, but the order is different. But descending means first write down the big, then write down the small. Descending ascending means first small then big, descending means first big then small. So in bracket in descending order the numbers are separated by the dots, number are separated by the dots. Then this bracket followed by the name of the parent alkyl corresponding to the total number of carbon atom in the ring, including the common carbon atoms. Then this bracket followed by the name of the parent alkyl. This is followed. This bracket followed by the name of the parent alkyl corresponding to the total number of carbon atom in the ring, including the common carbon atom. Okay, here is the name is given for the practice so that we can understand the word of this. Okay, here is the total number of carbon atom is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So in this ring total number of carbon atoms are the 10. So the last as a parent we are writing the decane as the final compound. The same ways as saying not alkyl, this bracket is followed by the name of the parent alkane corresponding to the total number of carbon atom in the ring, including the common carbon atoms. Next point is the number started from the one of the bridge head atoms. Number started from the, this is all about the how to write. Firstly we have to write the bicyclo, then we have to write the bracket. In that bracket we have to write the descending orders, means first big then small. Remember of the number of carbon atom in the ring, then the followed by the parent, that is parent is alkane parent. If alkane, then the alkene is alkane, so parent alkane is written. Then the question arises that how to give the numbering to the ring systems. So for the numbering to the ring systems, numbering start from the one of the bridge head atoms. Numbering start from the one of the bridge head atoms. So numbering start from the one of the bridge head atoms and proceeds around the ring, followed the large part, that is the first through the larger ring. So numberings, for the understanding the numberings, we have the examples. By example we can understand the numberings. Here is the numbering starts, that is the start from the bridge head, first, second, third, fourth, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seven, eight. This is all about the numberings. There is also numbering in 1 2 3 4. Numbering is here. here also. Then here the 1 2 3, then 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, then 8. There is also numbering given 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Here is also numbering given, that is the 1 2 3 4 5 6, then 7. Here is also number given 1 2 3 4 5 6, then 7 and 8. Then go to the bridgehead carbon atoms. Here is also numbering given 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Means numbering start from the bridgehead. Okay, continue for the ring systems. Which ring system? If here is the two ring systems, understand, for understanding purpose, here is the two ring systems 1 2 3 4. The two ring system, one is the small ring, one is the big ring. So we are firstly numbering to the big ring, then numbering to the small ring. It's a rule which is opposite to the spiral compounds. So firstly big ring, then the small ring. So here is no problem, here is the same 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2. So at the bridgehead there is a two carbon also. Minimum two carbon are there. Minimum two carbon are there at the bridgehead carbon atoms, that is at the position 9 and 10. So numbering start from the bridgehead and turn to the ring which is having the large number of carbon atoms, then to the small, then to the small, then 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10. In this way we can give the numbering to the structure of the compounds. Next, 3-bromo bicyclo 420-octane. 3-bromo bicyclo 420-octane. Number of, so this is, you understand the rule about the giving the numberings. Next part is the, we move over there. So number start from the one of the bridgehead atoms and the proceeds around the ring, followed the larger part, that is the first through the larger ring. If there are the substituents present, they are prefixes bicyclo, and are to be arranged alphabetically with the respective numbers. The functional groups of the highest priority is given the minimum number, and it is incorporated as the suffix in the name of the parent alkane. If the functional group is also present there, the group of the highest priority is given first. Means if there are two functional group are the present, one is the alcoholic groups. While writing the alcoholic group, we write down the either suffix all. Okay, and if there are ketonic group or aldehyde group, they are al. So if the both functional group are present on the same structure, then we decide the which is considered as the parent functional groups and one which is written in the suffix. So it is based on the priority. Okay, so priority, we know that the priority, so for priority, on the basis of priority we give the which is considered as the parent functional group. The functional group of the highest priority is the given minimum numbers, and it is the incorporated as the suffix in the name of the parent alkanes. So let's start the numbering and giving the name to the compounds. This is the two bicyclo compounds. Okay, so write down the first the word bicyclo, then the followed by the square bracket. The square bracket we are writing the number of the carbon atoms, in the descending orders, and these numbers are separated by the dots, not the comma. So in the first ring there are the 1 2 3 4. In the second ring there are the 1 2 3 4 4 4, and third ring means bridge head carbons. In the bridge head carbon there is only one bond, no carbon atoms. If there is a carbon atom, then we write down the 1. There is no carbon atom in between the bridge head carbons, so we write down the 0. So the 4 4 0 is the when the numbers are given in the square bracket. Then substituents are there. So numbering should be in the way that substituent will get the minimum number. So numbering we can start from the any one of the rings, because both the rings are of the same size. So we start the numbering from the carbon atoms where the chlorine is attached. So the 1 2 3 4 5. So chlorine get the 2 means 2 chloro. 6 7 methyl groups. So in this way we can give the numbering to the compound. Next is the compound is also bicyclo, but here the one carbon and 0 carbons. On the bridge head there is 0 carbon. Then total number of carbon are 1 2 3 4. 4 means butane. Next one is the here is the two ring systems. Means two rings are there bicyclo. One is the having the less number, one is the higher number. So we count that 1 2, then 1 2 3 4. So counting is should be in such a way that the bridge head carbon should not be included in that counting. So leaving the that spiral carbon atoms, we count the other numbers, that is 2 3 means 2 carbons, that is we have to mention. The highest is the 2 3 4 4 2 0 is the so in this ring numberings are given 1 2 3 4. First ring having the big ring, that is having the 4 number of carbon atoms, then small ring having the 2 number of carbon atoms, then the at least smallest ring having the 0 number of carbon atoms. We have the two options to numbering to the big rings. Numbering should be start from the bridge head carbon bridge head carbon atoms. So 1 2 numbering should be 1 2 in such a way that the substituent get the minimum possible numbers. So numbering start from the methyl groups. 1 2 means 2 methyl compound bicyclo. 420 octane is the name of the compounds. Then we are giving the numbering to the rings. We counting first which ring is big and which ring is small. We know that it is a bicyclo ring, so when you give the name bicyclo, then numbering start 1 2 3 1 2 3. Here's the 3 3 and the 0. So bicyclo 330. Total number of carbon atom is the 8. So octane is the parent alkanes. So name is substituent is there. The numbering is given in such a way that substituent get the minimum possible numbers. Next is the bicyclo compound is also there. So in such way we can give the numbering to the compounds. Friends, students, do the practice at the home. This is the important part of the nomenclature, because if you do the daily practice you can ask me the questions and ask me the solutions, ask me that this point is not understand, sir. So do the regular practice of the nomenclature parts. It is a simple and simplest parts, you can easily cover it at your homes. So in the next lecture we will cover the remaining parts of these compounds. bicyclo compounds. Okay, thank you very much.